What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved. We are here with the game once again. It's been a while, pretty much since the fake news update. And today we have a new DLC called The Cure. You can see that down here on the right. It's for free right now, and let's read this text, and that explains a little bit about it. COVID-19 is not a game. Well, that much is correct already. On behalf of all Plague Inc. players, we have donated $250,000 to the World Health Organization and CEPI, an international coalition accelerating the development of vaccines for COVID-19 and other emerging infectious diseases. Plague Inc. The Cure will be free for all Plague Inc. players until COVID-19 is under control, so for quite a while longer. There must be something good about it, right? Anyway, this is obviously a noble gesture. And if you click find out more, you are taken to a site where experts in the field talk about the DLC, what they think about the game. And you find information on the vaccine research and topics alike. So that's pretty much an information site. You can click on it if you care about that. I took a glance over to see if there's anything notable worth sharing here, but it's really, if you are interested in the topic, you probably already read about such things, and the only thing is like the opinion of actual experts about the game. If that's something you care about, you can read that. Or if you would like to see that discussed here, then comment with it, but I'm not sure how much that has a place on a gaming channel, so that is all we are going to talk about right now regarding this topic. Let's click the cure then. Can you save the world? Take control and stop a deadly global pandemic by any means necessary in Plague Inc.'s biggest expansion yet. Well, we have bacteria unlocked, and that's it. So select advisor. We have nothing, 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 and nothing. Now, I am thinking about presenting more about this game, but this is just a first look at what we have. Obviously, advisors, you know that from the factors when you play as a disease that you can pick. Obviously, here you had to change it. I have nothing figured out yet, obviously. You can click on them, read what they are, but right now nothing is unlocked. So let's just jump into it and look at it. We're going to play on normal because, you know, what are you going to do? We can look at the difficulties. Well, we have casual for new players or those wanting a quick game. Full international cooperation. People love wearing masks. Clapping scares disease away. That's weird. Normal. For experienced pandemic strategists. That's quite the step from this to this. Politicians vaguely competent. Experts mostly listened to. Healthcare systems unprepared. Yeah, that sounds fairly realistic. Vaguely competent, yeah. Mostly listened to, yeah. Healthcare unprepared, yes. Brutal. For strategic geniuses living in concrete bunkers. That sounds like mega brutal, but we'll see. Leaders ignore science. Sick people inject disinfectant. I'm sorry. That's a stab. I can't ignore that one. If you don't know what this is about, then you must indeed live in a concrete bunker. Doctors arrested for reporting disease. Was that the Chinese guy who wanted to leak the COVID outbreak and got arrested? Was that it? I think that's a hint at that. And obviously the first two are, well, they're obvious. I'm not going to go into that. For players who thought brutal was casual. Everyone believes fake news. Sick people given hugs. Doctors play Plague Inc. all day. Yeah, it's luckily not as bad as this. At least I haven't heard of a place where it's that bad. The symbols are great though. Let's play normal. I don't know. Hey, this is... I find it funny how it deteriorates. So let's jump into it. PAX 19. I want to call it COVID, but it's not a game. I don't know. People are going to get upset about it. No, we're going to cure it, so... COVID-19. But you have to spell it like this. This? No. I don't think... I have no idea. It's called COVID-19. I don't care. Can you save the world? Obviously, I don't take it lightly, and I know that it's a disease that's out there, and we're going to stop it, so that's good, right? That's the opposite of playing as the disease. Please? Can you save the world? A new plague is spreading undetected. You need to stop it. Take control, lead the global response, and protect humanity from a deadly pandemic. Establish your operation. Pick a country to be your headquarter. Let's pick the WHO. I think that's in Switzerland. And that's Central Europe. Right? Have I picked it? Authority 100. Resources 13. I have not played this yet. Let's click on whatever we can click on. What do we have here? We have lots of population. Everyone is healthy. No vaccine in progress, obviously. Total authority 100. Authority high falling. If authority falls to 0, the plague wins. And probably, well, obviously also when everyone is dead. So every country is healthy. We have nothing here to click. The music is pretty loud. I'll have to see if it's as loud in the video. I turned on the sound, so I'm not sure. Investigative outbreaks. Fund investigative outbreaks to search for local outbreaks. Discovering a disease will give initiatives to slow the spread and develop a vaccine. Hey look, we already have outbreaks. We have them in China. Who would have thought that? Central Asia, Kazakhstan, and Russia. If we click here, we see things that it has already developed. So again, I have not played this before. We are looking at this together for the first time. We have rash. The skin becomes blistered and painful, slightly increasing infectivity. We have hypersensitivity, increased likelihood of allergic reactions, which can distract the immune system. We have obvious symptoms. Spread of a disease can be seen before investigation teams have been set up. Okay. Necrosis. Large... That's our stuff, probably. I don't know. Large swaths of infected tissue lose blood supply and become fatally gangrenous? Necrosis. Ugh. It has necrosis already? What? Quite a fatality rate. But we have like... Or do we just have no data and that's just something we assume? Or... Well understood, does not need to be analyzed before control actions can be taken. Coughing. Chance of infection by spreading pathogen into surroundings increases infectivity. Internal hemorrhaging. Arterial membranes break down, causing rapid internal bleeding and death. To be fair though, obviously this is all kind of motivated by COVID-19, obviously, and how it's designed. But you can name your bacteria whatever. You can name it, I don't know, obviously COVID-19 is not a bacteria, so we're wrong there already. But you can name it, I don't know, the swine flu or the whatever, Ebola or whatever it is. And you have different symptoms and everything regarding whichever disease you have. You can't just name it whatever and then wipe it out. Quarantine, nothing we can do here. Response, well, we haven't detected anything yet, so... Operation. Investigative outbreaks. That's what the game told us, right? Set up teams of investigators worldwide to search for local disease outbreaks, gather resources, and coordinate our response. Yeah, we'll do that. That unlocks things. Government partnerships. Coordinate with local government officials to more rapidly approve the setup of investigation teams that will detect local disease outbreaks. Okay. Information about deploy field operatives. I read the wrong line. Deploy field operatives. Form a mobile team of investigators that can be deployed to target countries to enhance disease surveillance and response. Slightly reduces infections when present. That sounds pretty good. Emergency care. Deploy medical specialists. Field operatives upgraded to reduce the fatality rate when present. That sounds pretty good as well. And we can buy this and then we are broke, but we have gotten everything we can right now. Anyway, this right now still says nobody is infected, but we were kind of told differently. But oh, we need to send the investigative teams there. When we got an achievement. So we need to send them out and then, oh, okay, I get it. That's a pretty cool animation. Let's scroll in here. We have a plane flying where would we send? We have helicopters coming. COVID-19 detected. A concerning new disease has been reported in Central Asia. How fitting. Experts say that a lethal pandemic may be on the horizon. Response initiatives now available. So that's the same bubbles you need to burst to get. Okay, we see infected now. And we have recovered people, that's good. It doesn't show me which country we are from, but okay. Let's go into the tree. We have response now, we have quarantine, okay. Targeted quarantine. Force a target country to shut border connections and lock down for 1 month. Non-compliance will increase if the public thinks it is unnecessary. That's a shame. Asia Pacific alert. Announce concerns over disease spread there, focus on this continent and prepare to implement disruptive quarantine measures. So hold on, let's pause real quick. Where do we have? We have in Asia. That's Central Asia and Asia Pacific. And we can use this again. Let's send them to Russia. Let's actually play again. This is going to be a rather long video, but then again it's a full first look, so what do you expect? We have response. We have contact tracing 1. Set up test and trace departments to identify symptomatic people and notify their contacts. Once established, significantly reduce infections and small outbreaks. Well, small outbreaks are important. Border monitoring. Begin disease surveillance at borders. Try to identify and rapidly trace infected travelers from high-risk countries. Sounds good. Clinical treatments. Use common treatments and essential medicines to treat core symptoms of a disease. Slightly reduce fatality rate. Good. Public awareness. That's important. I don't care what it is. That's important. Promote personal responsibility on the spread of a disease to encourage people to follow official advice. Like, that's the most important thing, right? People must follow it. Self-isolation. Symptomatic people must not leave their homes or interact with others for at least 2 weeks. There we go. Disinfectant supplies. Distribute bleach, really, and other disinfectants to eradicate the disease from surfaces. Okay, from surfaces. I'm sorry. Hey, there's Rome. Colosseum. Know why it's there, but okay. Hand washing. Promote good hygiene practices by making sure people regularly and effectively wash their hands. Yes, that's good. Only we only have 1 point left. Yeah, we can't grab anything else. Okay. Actually, let's inform about Asia. Now we can continue. We can send an investigative team. I'll send it down here because we don't know yet if they are actually... Like, that's the investigative team, right? Does it say what it does? Let's jump back into this. That's this one, right? Deploy field operatives. Form a mobile team that can be deployed to enhance disease surveillance and response. Okay, so it probably makes more sense to send them somewhere where you have a disease. We're not researching a vaccine yet. It's looking pretty bad here. Now it's ready to research. So let's send it over. What do we have here? Authority 1. Brief world leaders on the importance of rapidly identifying and responding to the pandemic. Well, we have enough authority. Furlough schemes. Protect jobs by paying salaries of staff disrupted by quarantine actions and boosting unemployment benefits. Decreases non-compliance. Oh, there's a compliance risk, okay. Oh, that's important. Targeted economic aid, where we don't need that right now. Social distancing. People must stay 2+ meters away from others and avoid badly ventilated spaces. Well, slightly increasing non-compliance is fine. What do we have here? Critical care management. Rigorously identify and share novel intensive care best practices with medical professionals. Reduce fatality rate. Emergency preparation. That's quite hey, we have 8 points. Okay, that's maintain adequate oxygenation and ventilation to prevent lung injury and respiratory complications. This is all about the fatality rate. This is also a little bit about infection rate, airport screening, implement target travel restrictions, screen arrivals at airport for disease. That has not much effect on anything, apparently. Contact tracing too. Use smartphones to allow self-reporting and partially automate contact tracing. Contact tracing better at reducing infections. Okay. Testing capacity. Ensure large quantities of testing reagents and other key materials available for laboratories. So those are all measures we hear about in the real world. So, force lockdown, close land borders, close sea, close air access. Is that can be disabled at any time? Non-compliance will increase if the public thinks... Well, they probably think it's unnecessary because it's not bad enough yet, apparently. Economic aid, outbreak intelligence. So are we doing the research here already? Okay, I can't do anything here. Okay, okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so let's continue. I think we are now waiting a little bit until something happens where we can react to, I don't know what, something. COVID-19 is spreading to lots of countries. Many countries are reporting widespread outbreaks. Stop the spread to avoid it damaging your authority. But how do we stop the spread? Mask wearing. People must wear masks. Yes, please. Like, you can see how that decreases infection rate, so that's something I want to decrease infection rate right now, not mortality or death rate. We know it's going to be deadly. Actually, I should probably stay there. 50, 68, 65, 41, 44. Ukraine seems to be doing badly, but they don't have that many total cases. Can we somehow close the airports or restrict travel? I mean, we can, but I'm just not sure if people are actually willing to do that right now. Search protocols. Cancel all elective surgeries and reallocate outpatient departments. Video calls used for all consultations. Local lockdowns. Lock down any neighborhood that registers a case of the disease by force. We significantly reduce infection but slightly increase... Well, slightly increasing non-compliance isn't that bad. And I will decrease non-compliance in just a bit when we have a couple of resources here. By doing this. Government aid. This doesn't help right now. Now significantly, but this doesn't do anything. Maybe we are just at a base. Adapt society. Adjust to the new normal by providing funds and resources to maintain education, wellness, and human rights. That costs 10, but it severely decreases the compliance risk. Oh, this costs something. Okay, and we do that in countries. We can do that however often we want. Okay. Oh, and then the compliance helps here. Ah. Okay. So we just give that to all. I mean, oh no, like we don't have that many. We should probably use that carefully. Use the operation tab to begin vaccine research. There we go. Start to develop a vaccine. Vaccine manufacturing. Establish the infrastructure, personnel, and equipment necessary to create mass quantities of vaccine. There we go. We are a little low on resources. Let's send them over here. Send energy 8 package to the target. Okay. Well, right now I'm waiting for funds to come in. Africa is pretty unaffected, so is South America right now. And now it's going to focus on this continent and prepare to... Well... What's this? Implement emergency hiring protocols, purpose laboratories, and switch to round-the-clock working. Increases research speed. Obviously, research speed is good. Deploy scientific researchers. Field operatives upgraded to research vaccine when present. In the disease origin country. Is it China? It could be. Hey, look, we're actually going down. We're improving our rates. China doesn't have very many cases, though. Can I see which country is the origin? Kazakhstan. Okay, where's Kazakhstan? Somewhere around here is Kazakhstan. It's so big, really? Okay. I didn't know Kazakhstan was that big. Learned something new. Improve supply chains. Protect supplies of essential goods by stockpiling raw materials and maintaining transport links. Reduce infection and increase... Well, that's great. It reduces infection rate and it increases vaccine manufacturing speed. All in all, I'm very happy with this. The fatality rate is a bit high and we're going to work on this here, so we reduce deaths. But right now my thinking is if we reduce the people that are infected, we reduce deaths automatically. I guess that makes sense, right? Okay, it's now in Korea. It's spreading quite... So we are fairly stable in infection numbers, but the deaths are going up and I don't like that. So let's get critical care management and emergency preparation. Staff expansion. Deploy medical students, bring staff back from retirement, and retrain other professionals to increase medical capacity, reduce fatality rate. That's exactly what we want, right? A reduced fatality rate, so that with this number, well, it can't go down, obviously we're dead, but that it increases by smaller amounts. Obviously the infected number, is that a total infection number? That's the death rate, the 3.1% or what it was. We are reaching the vaccine in time before everything is. 44.0. Well, that's okay. I mean, these are obviously getting more and less. Can we... what does this do? New infrastructure. Build new critical care hospitals and external triage centers to increase medical capacity. Anything we need here? Significantly reduce sea transmission. Significantly reduce air transmission. I get C next, because we probably don't have very many countries with... Rio Olympics back on. Well, it is already in Brazil, so... I think that's the number of currently infected people. Whoops, not what I wanted. Those are the currently infected, right? I think. Not the total infected. Yeah, we have recovered here. Unfortunately, there is no number about... Oh, I think that's only if you have a country fully recovered, okay. I thought you get the number of recovered per country. Is reinfection a thing? If people are healthy, is reinfection a thing? Just a thought. Land border screening. A lot of things. Infection control. Deploy disease containment experts. I think we do authority 1 just to be safe. Get 10 extra authority back up to 95. They are researching in the country of origin. Yeah, you can see it going down. It's fantastic. Report Thy Neighbor. Initiative combo, Report Thy Neighbor. Increased public awareness leads to surge in fines for failure to wear masks. Non-compliance decreases. Decreases? That's great. I thought reporting the neighbor increases it. Well, I think we are doing fairly well here. I mean, we're playing on normal, so kind of expected to win, but we still lost quite a few of people, 100k, 108k. That's still a lot of people dead, but, you know. Triage protocols. Apply strict criteria for hospital treatment to focus resources on patients with the highest chance of recovery. Okay. New infrastructure. Build new critical care hospitals and external triage centers. We had that already. Advanced antibiotics provide a range of experimental treatments that target symptoms and the underlying pathogen. Reduce fatality rate. And increase research speed. Good. I think that's probably it. I guess most countries are affected by now. Actually, there's still quite a few in Africa that aren't. And Bolivia. Rio Olympics infect Brazil. People infected with COVID-19 came to Rio and spread their disease. It should never have gone ahead. Oh, really? Russia is doing really well now. Vaccine manufacturing ahead of schedule. Research for a COVID-19 vaccine has been completed. Early preparations for mass production significantly accelerate vaccine manufacturing. Well, okay, it's now being produced. Okay, I get it. Are we now vaccinating or... Okay. Accelerated manufacturing. Information. Use emergency staffing measures and advanced production facilities to increase capacity, speed, and efficiency. Sure. I mean, right now that's what we focus on, getting the vaccine out as quickly as possible. Because I don't think any other measures are going to get us to where we want to be. Just to wipe it out. I think the black dots are dead. I think. Mortality rate in total is 2.52%, which isn't great. Deaths are still climbing, obviously. I mean, the dead are dead, that number is always going to go up. But total infected are generally going down. With anything else we can do here? That really doesn't... PPE package 2. Distribute advanced equipment, including respirators, gloves, and long-sleeved gowns. Gowns? I don't know what that's called. Reduce infection and slightly reduce fatality rate. That's good. And we limit C infection thing. And now the vaccine is completed. Vaccine safety established and regulatory approval gained. Worldwide distribution of the vaccine will begin immediately. to do another authority because it's going down. COVID-19 fatality rate hurts authority. Too many dead people. Fund response initiatives and lockdowns to reduce the fatality rate. Well, okay, the fatality rate, like I said before, at like 2% or what it was, that was the last thing we focused on, so obviously that was going down. So we are now flying the vaccine to the different countries. Let's fund a little bit here. But look at this, cases going down severely, fatality rate down to 2.3%, so that's good. Authority still at 70, so we're not going to lose. That's for sure. Yeah, barely any new deaths. And no infections anymore. Well, 7. 2. Where are the 2 infections? In the Caribbean! 1. COVID-19 eradicated in November 2021. You heard it here first. It's going to be eradicated in November 2021. The disease has been completely wiped out. While many people died, most of humanity survived thanks to your competent leadership. Hooray! 157,000 dead. That's a lot of people, but well, how many are recovered? 6.7 million. Sounds pretty good. 6.7 million recovered. There are countries like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 countries that were not affected. That's crazy. And we did it without any closing of any borders or airports or whatever. So on normal, that seems fairly doable. Victory! Woo! It was bacteria, I think. I'm going to look at the different types of disease. And then we are going to look at the different bonuses, and we're going to look at this DLC in more detail in other videos once I have learned a little bit more about it. But I think for a first try, it was pretty good. I don't know. We looked at everything. We had no idea what to do. It was pretty cool. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, farewell.